By the end of this video, you'll know how to write 5 lines of Python code to train your very first ResNet image classification model. Type of Python. Let's start with some coffee. Welcome back, guys. If this is your first time on Data Leap, this is a place that I hope to bring data science down to earth. It may seem very lofty, a lot of statistics, a lot of computer science know-how, but I believe anyone with 2 minutes of Python a day can become a data scientist. And here is your daily dose of 2 minutes of Python. By the end of this video, you'll know how to write 5 lines of Python code to train your very first ResNet image classification model. Now I'm ready. We're going to augment the training data that we are going to be provided with by creating our own set of clown images to train on. When we have that, we'll look at the 5 images from Mr. Zuckerberg's Hawaii trip and classify him to whichever occupation. Maybe it's clown, maybe it's not, but you'll find out in this edition of 2 Minutes of Python. Let's get to it. Professor Meatball, take it away. For our first 2-minute segment, we're going to cover installing only what you need to get started from ground zero. This segment will cover libraries that will train/predict our models such as TensorFlow and Keras, and also libraries that will scrape our custom clown training set from the internet, including Selenium and Google. Flashback.
I just installed it, right? I just installed it. Why does the internet not know what to do?
You have got me vimming into my path. Maybe if I can find Hardik on Twitter, then I could...
Oh, thank you so much, Hardik.
Bing image download. To just emphasize my cries of pain during debugging, make sure that you know which version of Python you're using. Set up a virtual environment, let's call it clowns, and specify you want Python 3.7. This will make it compatible with TensorFlow 1. As with every new environment, make sure to activate it, and we need to install JupyterLab again. If you do need help debugging your virtual environment, your particular version of Python or TensorFlow, leave a comment down below for Professor Meatball to personally answer. He leaves no question left unanswered. If you need to install Conda, we've also got you covered with a 2-minute guide getting recommended to you up top. Just skip to the section about Conda and leave a like if it ends up helping you. Now that the Jupyter Notebook has finished installing, go ahead and jump inside and notice that we only have so much code before our aforementioned 5 lines of code, which will train an entire ResNet model, your very first one to be exact. Now you may have noticed that these installation commands are all command line prompts. This is possible inside a Jupyter Notebook or lab because of the exclamation mark or bang. Go ahead and execute each line of code with Control-Enter, whether on Mac or PC, while I wax poetic a history of deep learning algorithms. State-of-the-art deep learning emerged with AlexNet in 2012, developed by Alex Krajewski et al., followed closely by ResNet in 2015 by K-Ming He et al., SqueezeNet in 2016 by Forrest Landela et al., and DenseNet in 2016 by Gao Huang et al., to mention a few. While it was simple machine learning models that detected numbers, letters, and obvious scenarios, we needed to wait on artificial intelligence models to detect complexities, such as occupation, which is what we dive into in 5 lines of Python. Okay, so almost finished. We need to make sure that our Chrome driver is in the same folder as our executable notebook. Don't forget to unzip it. That's an important step. And once that's done, you're ready. Our second segment will download and prep the training and testing data for our model, including our custom clown images. Look in the description of this video for the IdenProf dataset, 11,000 pictures of 10 different professionals humans can see and recognize. A dataset normally contains hundreds to thousands of sample images of objects you want your artificial intelligence model to recognize. So we have this empty clown folder, which we will put all of our clown training and testing images into. Now, how to get it? Let's go back into the notebook and notice that we did not install Selenium. Let's do that. And get ready to ignore Google Images download in favor for Bing. Now, Bing is not a dependency that you can download into your system or environment. You have to actually download the PI file, which I will include, and find a Bing query and use that as a URL. Here we see that I have found a lot of jokers, just the headshots. Slap that URL into your command and run it like the wind. Personally, I'm getting 300 Joker pictures because I love Joker, but this could take a little bit of time, especially since we have to spend a little more time training the model later, so I'll catch you on the flip side when this is finished. Oh look, it's done. So that only took about 220 seconds or 3.5 minutes. We lost a couple on the way. We still have 160 to train and test from, but just know that you might lose some for your custom case. Look at all these jokers. They are so fat. All of our other occupations are 200 by 200 pixels, so these are too big. Luckily, we have code to resize them. IdenProf is professionally curated to make sure that none of the pictures stand out or bias the model in any way. Since we're introducing custom pictures of clowns, we want to make sure that they are as close as possible resembling the pictures that are trained for the other professions. And now, all within 2 minutes, we have our custom training set ready and raring to go. Let's get the model. For our final section, we're just going to cover how the model trains and making sure that we have the correct data in the right folders. You notice that we have taken off every profession except for chef because we are trying to test a binary case of whether or not it's a clown or it is not a clown. This will be a lot less training intensive, and since we have a disproportionate number of pictures for clowns and chefs, each of IdenProf's training sets have 900 pictures. We're going to have to make sure that each test and train sample have the roughly same amount of pictures. Make sure that both train and test have clown pictures. Now we are going to move on to our 5 lines of code. The first line imports Image AI's library. The second line creates an empty model trainer. The third line indicates that it is a ResNet. The fourth line indicates what data directory we are going to point to. And finally, the fifth line trains the model. That fifth line has 5 parameters: num objects, num experiments, enhanced data, batch size, and show network summary. What we're indicating here is that it is 2 different classifications. The number of epochs we want is just 1. The more times the model trainer studies all the images will achieve maximum accuracy. Enhanced data tells the model trainer to create modified copies of the image in the dataset to assure maximum accuracy, and batch size refers to the number of images the set will study at once. If you would like a detailed understanding of how ResNets work, please leave a comment below and I will dive into an intuitive explanation next time. Alright, moment of truth. Let's get this one and this one and this one. Gotta get this one, this one, this one, this one. For our first Zuck test, let's do a double buddy Cesar Romero Mark Zuckerberg mugshot. Here we go. It may have taken 5 lines of code to train, but it takes a couple more to test. Oh boy, the music stopped and everything. Why am I sweating? Why am I so nervous? Clown! If I could do this again, I would get 500 training clowns, but otherwise, I wouldn't change a thing. This has been 2 Minutes of Python.
I bound you to a pulp. Start pounding, Joker.
Hi! Welcome to... Hey, I have a question. I have a dare for you. Do you think you could comment, maybe like, maybe hit that little red subscribe button? You can click that little watermark down there, or maybe it's down here. It's probably down there, actually. It's the one where I'm jumping. You'll subscribe right away. If you do this before I release the 100 subscriber thank you video, I will include your name in that video and some other secret goodies that will be coming up soon. Appreciate you guys a lot, and big thumbs up. And as always, peace.
Hmm.